Yo guys, Dim here. Today I'm just going to be unboxing this 1500 watt hub motor kit from AliExpress. The reason that I'm so interested to talk about this e-bike kit is because it's only $151 and it's a 48 volt 1500 watt kit. On top of that, if you order right now, you can get a $20 discount from AliExpress, bringing this down to $131 for a 1500 watt 48 volt kit. This is just crazy. I can't believe how cheap this is, so I want to investigate a little and see if this is legit. According to the reviews for this product, it is really good, but I won't know until I open it up. I ordered the 29-inch rim variant of this, and this does in fact look like a 29-inch rim. It's nice and heavy, so I do believe that it is in fact a 1500 watt motor. Whoa, it's already wired? I did not expect that. Would you look at that? So this is the pedal assist sensor right here. This looks like some cable protecting loom. They give you some zip ties, and they give you a manual. Wow. Dude, I'm thoroughly impressed for $150. And $130 if you order it right now, during the AliExpress anniversary sale. This is a nice manual. This is like legit. Wow. Here are the tools you need, I guess, in case you're curious. So let me unplug this. What do we have here? So this right here would appear to be the twist throttle. The twist throttle integrated with the kill switch and probably a voltage monitor display. And this is a 6-pin connector. Here are the two brake switch levers, so that if you hit the brake, the motor power cuts off so you don't accidentally brake and accelerate at the same time. This would appear to be the battery connector. It's a XT60 connector. This looks like the pedal assist sensor cable. So surprisingly, our motor is already plugged in. Everything just comes already plugged in with the controller in this bag. I mean, it really couldn't be simpler. They just give you everything already plugged up. All you need to do is make sure you get a battery with an XT60 connector. Here are the Hall sensor wires. There's only 5 wires on each side, indicating that they give you plenty of hardware. On this side, they give you the axle nut. They give you 2 washers and a torque washer. On this side, it's the same thing. You get 2 washers and a torque washer. And would you look at that? The motor actually has a little bit of protective coil going out of it so that nothing on the frame or these washers scratches up the motor wires. This is incredible. I mean, for $150, I was expecting like bottom of the barrel quality, but this is a nice little bonus that'll make this motor and the installation so much more reliable for a lot of people. They give you a good length of motor cable here. I don't have the best setup here, but the wheel looks fairly true to my eye. Damn, that is quite a beefy controller. So I expect this to be about a 30 amp controller. And we could see that the controller actually handles 35 amps, so it's just a little bit more than what's necessarily required for this motor. I'm going to be running this controller at 52 volts and not 48 volts. Hopefully that's not a problem. I don't imagine it would be. There's a lot of space in this bag as well, so any of these extra wires here that you're not going to use, you can just push them back into the bag. The motor wires do seem a little bit thin for 30 amps, but as you can see on the controller side, they're pretty thick. But yeah, I wish these were just like a gauge bigger. So this random red and black cable here is apparently for the headlight. These 2 blue cables appear to be 50% speed limit when you plug them together, probably for legal reasons. The only time you'd want less speed is probably when you're trying to make this bike fit in the Class 1 or Class 2 bike specification. My only concern, since I'm running that 52 volt battery, is that if this indicator shows lights if this indicator bases its battery percentage on a 48 volt battery and it goes up and down, that it's always going to be at full until it starts to really drop to empty. So if you're going to go for this kit, you should probably just stick with a 48 volt battery and don't try to use a 52 volt battery. Everything would probably just play a little bit nicer together. But if you want to use a 52 volt battery and still want to get the right battery level indicator, you would have to change this and get a different model. One that does the 52-volt battery. CSC, that's who makes these. So yeah, that's about it. For $130, you can get this entire kit right now. I mean, that's just an incredible price if you're looking to build a DIY e-bike. With 1500 watts of power, you're going to get, honestly, a good amount of power. This is a gearless hub motor, so you don't have to worry about the gears ever going bad. I really like the look of the rim. It looks like it can support rim brakes too. This rim tape is nice. Very nice material. I really don't have much to say until I go ahead and install this, which I'm going to do fairly soon. This is a really, really cool kit, and I'm happy with it so far. So I'm just going to show you one more time how exactly you can get this for $130. So this is the 48 volt 1500 watt kit. I'm going to link this in the description. There is also the 48 volt 1000 watt kit, which is $10 cheaper. So you're going to select your wheel size, 28 inch, 27.5, 26, 29, 700C. Add this item to your cart, and then from your cart, when you go to checkout, you can enter this promo code that's right here, AEUS20. Entering that promo code gives you a $20 discount, and it's available right now until March 27th. And what's especially amazing about this is that this actually ships from the US, so this arrived to me in about 6 days. I'm going to put a link to both products in the description. Full disclaimer, the link in the description does give me a little bonus, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. So if you use that link, it helps me out, but if you want to avoid that, you can just go ahead and search up the item yourself on AliExpress. Anyway, I hope you guys found this interesting. I genuinely cannot believe how good of a deal this is, and I wanted to share it with you guys for that reason. Jump on this if you're looking to get into DIY e-bikes. And just a quick reminder, you will also have to get a battery for this. Just make sure that that battery is 48 volts and can handle at least 35 amps of discharge. The amp hours doesn't matter. What matters is the max discharge of the battery. Here's just an example of a battery that would work. As you can see, this battery is 48 volts, 20 amp hours, and 45 amps of discharge. So this is more than enough to power the controller. And like I said, this controller uses an XT60 connector for the battery. So either buy a battery that has an XT60 connector, or you're going to have to solder it on yourself, which does require a soldering iron. So you might not be able to easily do that. Anyway, that's it. Just make sure you use this code AEUS20 and that you're buying from this store, CSCYCLE store. I got my item and you should probably get yours too. I just recorded this after the fact, but I wanted to point out my only complaint with this kit, which is just the lack of weatherproofness. These connectors are not rated for water. Water can easily seep behind them and cause corrosion in those terminals. Additionally, here coming out of the controller, the wires have not been sealed at all. There's holes through which water can enter and damage the controller permanently. Same thing goes for these ring terminals here, all these connectors. So what I recommend if you get this kit and you want a simple way of waterproofing it, take some of that Loctite silicone, I'll link it down in the description, and just coat all of these connectors down here so that this is completely sealed. Same thing goes for the back of these connectors. Just put some silicone on the back of all these connectors. If you're not using the connector, tuck it in the bag. So silicone on the back of all these connectors, and then when you plug the connector in, before you plug the connector into whatever you're plugging it into, and this last step is a little bit overkill, but use dielectric grease, put it on the outside of this here, and then slide it into the other connector. The dielectric grease will just coat the outside of the connector and create a pretty good seal, preventing any water from getting in and corroding those terminals. And that's it. Other than just the lack of weatherproofing, which, I mean, what can you expect for such a cheap kit? It's a wonderful kit, and I would recommend this. I'm going to test it and make sure it all works, but just from the looks of it, it looks great. I don't have much else to say until I install it. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.